What is going on, you guys? It's your guy, Senpai Out, and who would I be if I did not practice what I preached, right? The other day, whenever I was playing one of my championship footages or footage games for you guys, whenever I do those type of videos, it has come to my attention that y'all see three different sides of me whenever I drop videos. Usually when it's these showcase videos, you see a much more analytic side. Whenever I'm playing in championship, you see a more competitive side, and you see more of my good sportsman nature whenever I never use cooldown cards or let the opponent lose a random opponent, as opposed to me just being like, oh, this opponent's way too strong. My vajayjay is itchy, so I'm gonna choose that opponent and make this easier for me. No, y'all know I don't roll like that. And I watched my Omega Rugal showcase I put out 2 days ago for the first time yesterday, and why do y'all watch me? I'm so dumb sometimes, you guys. I'm glad there's at least one person out there that enjoys it. But yeah, dude, like. I told y'all I talk to y'all like I do my friends sometimes. But so we have a WWE collab coming up also. Before I get to the Zero showcase, let me just say this one last thing. And I'm guessing there are going to be a lot of throwing skills which are completely rendered useless against super damage immunity types of armor. So it should be interesting. I'll be honest, I don't know a single person who's a wrestler right now. I stopped watching around Triple H, and whenever Sting, he stopped looking like a bad guy from one of the original Double Dragon video games on the NES and started looking more like Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee's son, in The Crow, whenever he did the whole face paint with the white face and the black streaks going across the eye and the baseball bat. Yeah, that's about the time I stopped watching wrestling. I used to thoroughly enjoy it though, and it was interesting. It was fun for a few years, and the other day I actually watched a special before they even announced the event on who was it? Jake the Snake Roberts. Who even knows who that individual is? Newer people that still watch wrestling, I don't know anybody who's out right now. I was watching around the time when a man named Hulk Hogan with hot dog textured skin and Chinese silken hair was beating up people in fake Roman Greco wrestling. Oh, it was beautiful. And then he had a family, then he had a reality show, just like every other trash TV person retires into that used to be famous at some point in their life. So I guess that's the thing, you guys. So once again, let's start this video, and this video is actually my third Fest unit showcase, level 90 completely cored out in 3 days. How many people that are content creators can even say that they've done 3 Fest units over the course of their career, where they could actually just pull them out and not just preview the unit, where they could actually show you the unit and what they have for it? But also, disclaimer, this is once again also the first Fest unit that I have not used any HP, attack, or defense caps, because I do have Elizabeth and Nameless and Rock coming, and I plan to acquire all of them. I do, with my 2,391 rubies. And I'm sure that a few of the people out there that thoroughly, religiously watch my material, they chuckled to themselves just then because, oh, so you're just going to buy your way through the next few characters? I might buy a 20-pack or two, but I don't think I'll go any deeper than that. But Senpai, it's a gacha game. How are you going to afford it if you're not going to spend redonkulous amounts of money? Wouldn't you like to know? I know something you don't know, and I almost just told on myself just now. But not going to happen, you guys. Way too cool, way too collected. So once again, I could get one more character with 99 HP, attack, and defense caps. And you see I have a cluster of so many damn HP capsules. Thank you, Kaya, for giving me 3 sets, so 300 right there. Love, peace, and chicken grease all the way. But let's dive right into Zero, because that's the man y'all wanted to see. Now, this took forever. I got Zero from the Kaya banner when I was playing for Mukai, so I just moved him to my leader, and I just passively let him sit because he just recently got his battle card. And I did that for like a month whenever I was just grinding through regular quests, so that's how I was able to get his affinity all the way up, because as you see, he doesn't have any specific foods that he enjoys to fixate his affinity to gain this man's fix. You need some sun, Zero. You are a king amongst men, though. Mid-boss power activate. And once again, you guys, I got his 3 PG, non-3 PG, his 5 PG battle card, because 3 PG cards have me a little bit more than spoiled right now, and I'm so used to saying that. As you see, fully maxed up and evolved nest set cards, influencing his attack and shared between all of them, especially PvP last week. I gain an additional 12% damage, and the PvP exclusion which decreases damage received from enemies with super and hyper armor by 50%, so it's a nice little mitigator right there. Since Zero has reset if he hits you with his Summon Chrysalid, his skill 3, which also gives hyper armor. I thought it was a good idea to put the Vicious Taste Rugal card on him, because the second part where it increases active skill damage by 3.5%, and you're going to be throwing out skills pretty often, especially with 2 sets of two sets of cooldown cards, so that would be minus 4 seconds on that, plus reset if you connect with skill 3 on your skill 1, so it made sense that you're going to be putting out a lot of skill damage, so why not? And also the 3.5% boost to attack is always a welcome addition, and of course a maximal cooldown card. Y'all know what this one does. I'm sure that most, if not all of you, unless you're relatively or extremely new, have one of those equipped, and that's just how I rolled with him last week through championship. So once again, this is the only Fest unit that does not have all capsules, just to be completely transparent with you guys. And let's check out his cores real quick. Notable ones: he has power gain 30%, which is really good. Usually it's between 15 and 20, so 30 is a nice welcome addition. The attack boost is only 630, which is lower than atypical, which is 1050 for most of the newer units, but Zero actually came out some time ago where it was a 20 multi-pull banner as opposed to a 31 or a 20. No, it's still a 31. It's just 27,000, so it's 900 apiece. That makes sense. But yeah, he had a 20 pull banner instead of a 31, so these stats will hopefully be upgraded in the future if he gets a rework. Penetration a little bit on the low side, but it's still a nice addition. He has a 5% resistance to most dot damage types. I don't see freeze or there's poison. I don't see freeze though. So burn, poison, and bleed. He has plus 8,400 attack increase, and his notable cores are mid-boss level 3, and that increases attack by 20% for 10 seconds and reflects stun effect when attacked. So this is a really cool one. So because whenever somebody's trying to combo into you or hits you at the wrong time, then they immediately get a reflect stun, and then you could go into your skill set and just wreck face, which is always a fun thing to do, especially at any fighting game. His next notable core is loyalty to Ness, which this is a good one. Increases active skill damage by 20%, so that's really nice. So that placates into the Vicious Taste card by Omega Rugal option. And so increase its active skill damage by 20% for 5 seconds upon landing Summon Chrysalid. And that has a 100% chance to reset cooldown of Zenkazi Empa Oga, which is his second skill, the one where he does a flip. If connect with skill 3, which is once again the Summon Chrysalid, and that has a 20-second cooldown. So his relations are as follows, and once again, you guys, you can always pause or rewind the video, because I'm trying to keep this as time efficient as possible, and I just had to talk about ancient historical memories on my thoughts as far as the WWE event and my own personal background with who I at least knew as a wrestler from way back when. And I mean, just to catch all up on some of the facts that have recently transpired of me working my balls off to give y'all A1 choice material as opposed to just meh. I mean, I could just talk or play PvP. Actually, whenever I do play PvP, it is damn interesting. I mean, I try to keep it 100,000% exciting for you guys. So let's continue doing exactly that. Let's go into his skills. That being said, so his skill 1, the ST Glogan, and Glogan is his black line right here. That will summon that, and when it connects, and it's a really fast skill, just like Pretty Zero's cats that she sends out, but Pretty Zero has a reset on her skill 1, which resets itself, so she can just literally spam cats with 2 skill 1s and a skill 3, so she's a ranged master. But Zero, OG Zero, whenever he uses his skill 1, he gets increased by 20% to his attack for 10 seconds. When he uses skill 2, the Zenkazi Empa Oga, that inflicts damage, and it has a 100% chance to ignore a target's guard upon landing a skill. So, this is great. He has guard break, which is awesome. And in the video yesterday, I showed you how dangerous it could be when facing, say, Rockstar or Popstar or Lovely or Valentine Kula yesterday, whenever I showed you some of KoF Luca's footage where where Kula was fighting Jin, and all she did was block, and you saw her PG was just climbing until she fired off a 5 tier, and nobody could break her guard because they didn't have any kind of guard break skills. But Zero has it on his skill 2, which is a nice thing, and so do a lot of the Sam Show characters. And it'll be a little bit critical if you're on high level championship in the near future, or just fighting a well built opponent. Now his skill 3, the Summon Chrysalid, inflicts damage plus gains hyper armor. Always a blessing when you see the words hyper and armor right next to each other. Oh my god. But not as much of a blessing as damage immunity. I would rather be able to get hit by a super, because you can't break damage immunity. You can still break hyper armor and super armor, obviously, if you get hit by a super. But damage immunity is just that. You typically, all of them are about 3 to 5 seconds, but whenever you get hit by anything, you're immune to damage until that duration is complete. Now, his 3 and 5 tier specials are both just damage, and his striker skill inflicts damage equal to 314% of attack to an enemy and stuns an enemy for 1.8 seconds. Pretty situational. It's still nice. If you're fighting Mechagonets and you use Zero as a striker and he raises his hand right before he does a dark screen AoE about to crush everybody on the stage, use Zero as a striker, and when he comes down, a stun ability will knock Mechagonets out of doing that ability. So, let's preview his skills right now. His skill 1, his ST Glugan, this is the one that gives an attack boost, and once again, it's a fast-moving projectile that runs across the stage. Very nice. His skill 2, the Zenpazi Empooga, which this is the one that if you use his skill 3, which is Summon Chrysalid, this one, the one that gives hyper armor for 3 seconds, it will instantly reset this one if it connects. So what a lot of people like to do is, whenever they're corner bullying somebody, hit them with skill 1, and obviously you swoop up with that, and then while they're in the corner, get really close, because that has a weird hitbox. Not this super right here. That's actually a nice forward moving wide area super. It's pretty good. But yeah, after you hit with a skill 1, you micro dash over to him, hit skill 2 to pick him up, and that has a nice wide circular rotation. Then you go up and hit him with a Summon Chrysalid when they're up against the wall, and then that will reset your skill 2. Then you go up and hit him with a skill 2 again, and usually by then you'll be able to have a super. And once again, this is the second time I'm playing this super. you catch more of that. And for whatever reason, even when I'm hitting somebody that isn't a weak element, or getting hit by somebody and I'm not a weak element, it feels like his 3-tier super does a lot more damage than a lot of other supers. For whatever reason, I could be just looking too much into it, but that's what I've noticed. And once again, that you have his 5-tier super, which once again, just like Mega Rugal a couple days ago, took me forever to obtain, and I got that for shelling out about 1,400 topaz on the topaz shop selector, and that was the most expensive one, and I did that on video for you guys, and it was amazing. I think it was for either the it was for the 100% pretty zero completely cored maxed and capsuled out showcase I put a few days ago. But I told you guys, I'm doing it big. I'm going hard with this game. Like, I'm telling you, like, I put out so many showcases, and every one of my showcases, the character's at least level 90, all cores. And once again, this is the first Fest unit, Zero, that has not been completely cored or completely capped out right there. That's the only thing that's missing from him. But everyone else has been, and the only other showcases that I've done where I have not capped the unit out was for, say, AS units. I mean, I cored and capped out Halmaru and Genjuro, but say Halloween Kula or Wonderland Vanessa, I did everything but throw them the capsules just like Zero, and I intend to come back, but I'm gonna try to knock out and say my capsules for Elizabeth, Nameless, and Rock Howard first, and we'll see how that goes. Alrighty, you guys, let's test Zero in some fake PvP, formerly known as League or Infinite Fight, and keep this gravy train a moving. Alright, here we go into fake PvP. A good way to, I guess, show off a character's abilities in a 2D environment. Oh, the clone Zero that isn't a clone who is also Zero. Skill 1, skill 2, close with Grizzled, plus have damage break on skill 2. Done. Perfect! Perfecto. Mr. Grizzled, how much do you spend on jackets at the men's warehouse? Do a little skill 1 line, knock him up in the air, hit him with a skill 3, and insult to injury with the basic attacks. I mean, it's Zero, you guys. Mid-boss, that should be the boss. He's king shit. I mean, that's all you all need to know. Huh, a little meme with a gender confusion filter on her. I'll move forward. That's why I love forward-moving supers. Alrighty, let's finish this little she-devil up. Oh, you effed up, girly. And then from there I could have just micro-dashed forward and hit the skill 2. And that, my friends, is essentially what Zero looks like in a non-competitive environment. Alrighty, so on that note, let's round this video up, you guys. Alrighty, you guys, that should just about round this video up. If you're newer to my channel, please like and subscribe if you have enjoyed my content. And, oh wait, I don't know if I'm doing this just because, I mean, any person that has ever fully built at least one unit knows how long it takes to grind this crap. I had to, though. I mean, completionist, right? But a little bit earlier on in the video, I almost slipped up and told y'all one of my master plans and revealed one of the aces up my sleeve. I guess you might have to just, once again, subscribe and tune in. I mean, right? Always interesting and educational. I mean, especially whenever you watch a lot of my PvP footage, I touch base on how y'all see 3 different sides of me. That is more of the philosophical side and the good sports side. Whenever you watch these showcase videos, you see more of an analytic and on-point side. except for the Omega Rugal one. That's the third type of personality of mine that y'all see, or facet of my personality as a whole. That's the, hey, let's have some fun and while out for half a second because you just got 300 plus subscribers for that video. So that was more of my way of saying thank you, just me doing it the dumb way for y'all for a second, and just showing y'all that it's all fun and games till you see me in championship. Just playing. My championship record right now with low cost units is completely gash, so don't quote me on that one. But with all of that, I'm just gonna round this video up, you guys, and eventually set up a Patreon. I swear these videos are not easy to create, but in my mind, wisdom is more important than money, you guys. That's why up until now, y'all haven't seen a single commercial, minus that fake Kula commercial I did when I was advertising that I do the Kula showcase the day before I did a showcase on the Mega Rugal showcase. And then I did this one the day after the pretty Kula showcase. And so 3 Fez units that you could all obtain right now that are out, all showcased. Y'all are welcome. So I think a mild Patreon account might be invested into the near future. But until then, you guys, I mean, I'm doing this for fun. This is great. I love this, and I love y'all. That's why I do this, because I want y'all to be as informed as possible. Ha. Y'all didn't know that this channel also doubled up as a developmental growth type of channel, did y'all? The more you know. Or that your guy, Mr. Senpai Rai, had a degree in psychology. Facts. College was a long time ago, you guys. Senpai, you're full of surprises. Just wait and see how I move for the next Fest banner with a character on it that I want. And finally, I know I've been trying to leave for a minute. I'm gonna call it quits for the night, y'all. Once again, I hope you enjoyed my showcase. This has been your guy, Senpai Rai, and I am out. Later, you guys.